Audi workers are striking for a reason, they say. Audi is reneging on its electric car plans and deciding to make fewer than it had originally planned. Now, why is Audi doing this? Audi doesn't want to tell you why, but I think there's a pretty good reason. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Audi has just told its staff, right? A lot of you will be fired because we are going to reduce electric car production. This is not worldwide, by the way. Eventually, Audi will have to produce a lot more electric cars. But right now, Audi is not selling as many EVs as it thought it would. And one of the key reasons is, to be fair, the actual numbers, as in the range of its cars, it's just, well, it's not good enough for the price you're paying for them. Think about it this way. You're paying $100,000 for, say, an Audi E-tron GT and, well, $100,000 minimum US for a range of around 250 miles. It's just not that compelling of a vehicle for the price. Don't get me wrong. Audi do make some pretty decent EVs. They're just not good enough compared to what customers' expectations are from other brands. Anyway, Audi workers in Germany and apparently also in Brussels, in Belgium, are actually striking because Audi are going to build significantly lower quantities of its EVs based on what Audi actually told its employees originally. Audi has restarted production at its factory in Brussels after workers put their tools down and went on strike about a dispute over lower production targets for electric cars. Large numbers of Audi's plant in Brussels, employees apparently, in fact, most of them walked off the job, and that's because Audi said it would initially build significantly lower quantities of the EVs made at that factory, based on what Audi told employees a few months ago. So Audi's obviously hired people and said, oh, no, you work full-time now, you can either leave or work part-time because we're going to significantly decrease production. What are Audi planning on doing? It's pretty obvious what they're planning on doing, making the Chinese factories produce these EVs because it's just so much cheaper for Audi to do it that way. Audi is using Brussels in Belgium as an overflow factory in addition to parent Volkswagen Group's EV factory in Zwickau, Germany, which has also downgraded production numbers. The Q4 E-tron is built in Zwickau in Germany alongside its MEB platform siblings, the Audi 3, the Audi 4, and the Audi 5, and the Cupra Born. But yeah, like I said, Volkswagen Group has downsized its EV production in Germany. It's saying it's because of decreased demand. Now, Audi's and the Volkswagen Group sales are not too bad. They're not keeping pace with Volkswagen. They're not keeping pace with Mercedes-Benz and BMW, but they're actually not that bad. But the reality is here that this is one of Audi's excuses for shifting production, I believe, in the long term to China, simply because they think they can save a lot of money, and they clearly can. Even if there are penalties for doing this, as in tariffs put on the cars built in China, the price is still a lot lower for them to manufacture them over there. A few weeks ago, Audi surprised with the news that it wanted to stick to production start of the Q4 E-tron in Brussels, but at the same time, shifts were cancelled and temporary workers laid off at the German plant due to low demand for electric vehicles. That's what Audi said themselves. But I don't think that's really the key issue here. I think it's the fact that it's simply too expensive for Audi to make them in Germany and in Belgium. Audi confirmed the temporary work stoppages, but said production at the plant will eventually get back to normal, sort of. The final preparations are underway for the start up of overflow production in Brussels, and the first Q4 E-tron will soon roll off the assembly line. But clearly Audi is saying, yeah, we'll make some here, but just not very many. And I honestly think that the workers at this plant know that, or 3,000 of them, I think they know that their time's limited. It's only a matter of time before Audi just shut down that factory completely. I think that's extremely likely, but I could be wrong. We'll see. The company has decided to assemble the Audi Q4 E-tron in Brussels in addition to Germany in response to increased market demand. This will allow Audi to react more flexibly to peaks in demand, Audi said months ago, but that's since changed. Jim Baitens from the union in Belgium said this: the workforce are unsettled. Clearly they're concerned. and management has not been able to calm them down. While it was recently announced that there would be no temporary job cuts, the production lines were already at a standstill. Those in charge do not know what they're doing. Audi's just giving no one anything to do. So this factory, right? Audi has this big factory, 3,000 staff, and for weeks, no one has been even doing anything. So truly bizarre, if you ask me. The 3,000 jobs at the Brussels plant are not at risk, though, Audi said. Well, not until next week anyway. I'm joking on that one, but let's be real here. How long can Audi continue with this? The Q8 E-tron and its sport-backed derivative will be manufactured at the site, apparently, according to the company, which are in high demand. But the Q8 E-tron and the sport-backed derivative are both extremely expensive vehicles. You're looking at $200,000 as a very small niche market for those cars. The production start of the Q4 E-tron in Brussels was originally announced for summer of 2023, but it was postponed, and it probably won't happen. Anyway, I think that clearly the shift here is this. Unfortunately, the truth is that Audi and Volkswagen Group have been trying to reinvent their business. They know it's too expensive for them to produce large numbers of electric cars in Europe, and so they're going to outsource a lot of that, like BMW is now to China. But of course, they don't want to say this because this looks bad. The German government is already very, very worried this is already happening, and so are unions in Germany. So politics in Europe right now are very, very difficult. So Audi are just sort of keeping things on the quiet, on the lowdown. But hey, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.